They want to play in rain, we'll play in rain.
I'm sure they don't want it to take too long. Oh, here we go, Vaughn. It looks like Miami's going to be kicking off to Oklahoma State here.
Maybe the all black uniforms. Maybe we had to go back to default uniforms, and that'll solve the problem.
Yeah, orange and white is an issue tonight.
Yep. At least they're both wearing it on the opposite end there. So all right, it's gonna take a knee in the end zone, bring this back out to the 25 again, so you can get this game started properly this time.
Yeah,
I was gonna say these guys. Um, well, shit, I just lost my train of thought because of the rain. That really messed me up. So we'll just wait for them to get ready. We've got to pause here for a second. I'm not sure if Danny's got something going on there or what. If you guys want to restart with no rain, be our guest. I'm here for the duration, whenever, however long it takes to play this game. I think Danny says let's play. All right, we're gonna play.
well, Vaughn, you better find a Pacho fast.
It's gonna stay. I don't have much hair. We'll just stand out here and get wet. So,
I'm going to steal a hat for you.
all right, here comes Miami. It's gonna take me a minute to figure out who's who because they're both wearing white helmets.
Spencer Sanders in the backfield there.
Is it? I
Yeah,
couldn't tell. Yeah, I couldn't see the logo on the helmet. There, and now I see it. Okay, we're good.
yeah.
I thought they got the kickoff, but when they lined up, I'm like, is it really? Is that because they have very similar uniforms when they flip their top and bottom? So
Good tackling right there by Miami. Spencer Sanders delivered that quickly. John Paul Richardson's made a lot of plays, and good tackling right there. Gets him on the ground before he gets too much.
and he likes those quick little passes out there with the wide receivers blocking.
Yes,
And
he
now we see
does.
revamp crowd in the line on defense. Here's Sanders straight up the middle. He's got a hole, gets the first down, and brought down after a gain of 6. And they quickly move the sticks here.
Had a nice hole right there. Could have fit 2 or 3 big guys and the quarterback in there. So they definitely parted them. But nice closure there by Miami. But good first down by Oklahoma State.
Yeah, they brought those linebackers on the outside. Looked like they're going to blitz it in. He's like, all right, we'll just go straight up the middle, see what I can get. Move the chains. And now they come out with a empty backfield, 3 on the left, 2 on the right. Barking out changes. Got a man in motion behind the quarterback, drops back, looks, throws, got him over the middle, breaks 1 tackle and knocked down at the 45. 8-yard gain on that one. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 2. Shetton on the catch.
Oh my God, that was in my ear. But yeah, I mean, so good delivery right there in the passing game, right? That's always a good sign, especially in conditions like this. And Spencer Sanders starts off 2 for 2.
All right, we got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Quick drop, looks, dumps it off over the middle, just enough to get the first down. Big hit that Nixon holds on for 4-yard gain. Being very patient.
Great pass right there. Good hit by the defense. Another first down stick moving play. And you see that this tempo of this game, maybe it's the weather and psychological, but a little bit offense moving at a little bit slower pace, a little bit more careful and deliberate.
And he's got the tight end in the backfield this time. Richardson running back to the left. Defense moving around. Sanders hands it off. Big hole. Plows through 1 safety and is going to pick up 11 yards in the play. Richardson, nice run.
Big run. That'll really help the run game. Getting started here early will really help balance attack for Oklahoma State. And they're really dangerous when they get that happening.
Especially if he can get Richardson going, because then you got to respect that. And then he does the fake and takes off with Sanders, and then you're in real trouble.
Yeah, and then dominant the way he finished. You called it out. The way he finished that run was really good.
All right, now you got trips left. Tight end on the edge on the right. Presley far to the right side, all by himself. And, he tried to do a quarterback power run. He got met in the backfield and dropped for a 4-yard loss.
Number 42 with a big play right there. That's Chief doing dabs, and that man I'm very familiar with. He's made a lot of plays this season. That one in the backfield, making it second and 14, really long here, but facing one of the more explosive teams offensively. Uh, it's going to be a great second down play here, Vaughn.
Yeah, he was in the backfield immediately, barely got a step and a half off, and he was on the ground. Same formation. Well, not the same. Got trips left, Presley to the right, all by himself on an island. Fake handoff, gets around to the outside. The corner comes up and drags him down for a 2-yard gain. Nice read by the corner on that play.
Spencer Sanders definitely had some space, and the corner came flying in out of frame from nowhere. You only catch that on the all 11 on 11, all 22 view. He came and good tackle. That's a hard man to bring down, Vaughn. That's a man who almost, won the Heisman this year.
And it brings up our first 3rd and long. This is the key play right here. Early in this game, can you convert, or are you going to have to punt this ball back? Sanders drops, looks, got a man over the middle on the drag, cuts up the middle. Is he going to get there? Yeah, he falls forward and gets enough yards. Braden Johnson, 12-yard catch and run. That's a first down, Cowboys.
That's exactly what they needed. That's the first big 3rd down of this game. And this game's going to come down, like we said before the restart, this game's going to come down to how you deal with adversity and, who is keeping their head in the game. And answering to a big 3rd down like that, now what's the defense going to do to respond to that?
We got a tight formation with trips right to the left.
Seems like every player's on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Miami's pressing up to the line.
Both sides.
Now they're dropping back. He's going to take off at the middle, gets around the linebacker, cuts back inside, and drag down high tackle. Still gains 8. It's going to be 2nd down and 2.
They don't call a penalty on it. They don't call it a horse collar. But, man, that was a good tackle because Spencer Sanders has elite elusiveness to get around defenders like that. Couldn't get back to the inside and run past them, but still a great gain on first down of 8.
And they're just outside the red zone, down at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, and that's where his legs are really going to make him a difficult player to defend, right?
Yeah, because if they cover all those receivers, who's covering the quarterback? He can find a place and get upfield.
We just saw it, yes.
Another tight formation on defense.
There
Cuts
it
up
is.
the middle, gets the first down,
Yeah.
slides down, so doesn't take a hit. Smart play.
Yeah, and
They'll get another first down before they get to the end zone, too.
Yeah, and what we're really seeing here, Vaughn, is like there's tight defense by Miami. Spencer Sanders could put it into any hole that he wants to, but he doesn't have the confidence right now that his guys are getting separation. So he's taking what the defense gives him right now.
Exactly. Here we go with the tight end in the backfield again. Slot guy in motion. He comes back into the backfield. Drop, look, toss, little bubble screen to the left. Gets 2 good blocks, gets to the outside, and gets gang tackled down at the 3-yard line. 13 yards, John Paul Richardson, and another first down.
Yeah, he had a short catch of, I think, 6 yards to start this offensive possession on the right flank, and this time on the left flank. He really ran behind those blocks super well. Those blocks really hit right there, and that got this team a 1st and goal at the 2. This is going to be really, really hard to stop unless Oklahoma State has some sort of problem that they cause themselves. It's going to be really difficult to stop here.
There we go. 2 receivers left. One coming in. There's a pitch, and he breaks 1 tackle, goes forward, ends up at the 1. Still gains a yard on the play. Could have lost 5.
Jeez, you see the speed and aggressiveness of Miami on display right there. If there's any team that can stop this number 4 team, it's them. Defensively, they're impressive. He was able to get away from a guy, unbelievably turn up field, and get back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, 2nd and goal from the 1. Big formation now. 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends, and a fullback. And there's a false start.
False start. That's probably going to be a false start. Probably not an offsides. Yeah, the ball's now at the 7, so that's definitely 5-yard false start. You hate to see it because that's completely CPU. None of that's on the user.
Well, it can be a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, it makes it hard on the
Yes.
defense when you're that close to the line of scrimmage, but this could make it easier on the offense to actually get somebody open in a short pass route
A little more space.
or scramble. Yeah, you don't have everybody within a yard of the line of scrimmage, so you might open up some more holes.
A lot of chess pieces being moved around on the board right now, Vaughn.
Everybody's shifting around, trying to make it difficult on the quarterback. Play clock's down to 3.
Yeah.
Here's the fake, and he's going to go up the middle and bounces off one guy and makes it into the end zone for a 7-yard touchdown run. And just like that, Oklahoma State takes the first lead of the game.
Yeah, for a play like that to happen from the 7 yard line, you got to have a few things. You got to have an elite player at quarterback that could just bounce off of a defender, where most other guys just go down. And Sausages has had the confidence of having that player all year. And when he needed it most, he finished this drive off with 7 points, opening possession down the field, put it on the board, and now gets to play defense. And he has a smothering defense. Miami is going to feature passing and running in a balanced attack. That's when they're at their best.
And he chewed 5 minutes off the clock as well. So big, long drive. Here's the kickoff deep in the end zone, and Miami's going to bring it out. Gucci LaFleur brings it up the hash, looks to get to the outside. He's got room down the sidelines. Can they get him chased down or not? Yeah. They cut him off the pass, tackle from behind at the 39. Good return.
49-yard return. It's going to put them all the way at the 40-yard line. Like he brought it out, right? That was the first surprising thing. But excellent field position for Miami's first possession and a great start to the answering back to that opening drive from Oklahoma State.
Yeah, he was able to get away from that outside group of guys, but you could see the contain was going to come across and had a good angle on him, so he just kind of got what he could get. Here we got a two tight end under center, LaFleur in motion. Here's the handoff to Chaney, trying to get to the outside, cuts it back inside, sets up another block. Diving tackle missed up the sideline and into Cowboy territory down to the 37, 38-yard line. 23 yards on first down.
Donald Chaney, probably the best back in terms of pure halfback running back that we're going to see tonight. Explosive speed, dangerous speed, great power, runs with balance and confidence, and ran behind those blocks beautifully and knew how to get away from those defenders even at the outermost rim of the edge.
Yeah, we know Revamp is not shy about running. He's very confident he can run the ball on pretty much anybody. You got a man in motion here.
With a player like Chaney, he makes them extra dangerous.
Defense shifts, quarterback barking out a change. Here's the counter, gets to the outside, linebacker stands him up, and the defensive end comes in, cleans it up. Only a 1-yard gain on the plays, makes it 2nd and 9.
The difference between the user defensively on the last two plays is immense, and it's night and day. User defense stopped them to a 1-yard gain on that one, and that's not what Chaney typically gets on those counter runs. Miami features, Chaney in the backfield, and if he gets going, they're extra dangerous. If he gets stuff like that, it makes a little bit more pressure now for Van Dyke.
Here's Van Dyke, quick throw, out route, caught, and 10 yards to Gucci, going to be another first down.
Yeah, they're saying that he got his feet down just inside the boundary, just inside the white line right there, and that's going to move the sticks for them. But you see how much it takes to kind of move the ball and move the sticks after a play that got kind of stuffed on first down. But Gucci LaFleur is the guy, and that's Van Dyke's dude, so he's going to keep looking to him.
All right, they're all the way down to the Oklahoma State 26-yard line. A couple of chunk plays here. Get him close to the red zone. Van Dyke barking out changes. Slot man in motion, drifts. Screen pass, Chaney's got it, gets 2 blocks, gets to the outside. Oh, step back, and only going to get, they're going to give him 9.5, so it's 2nd down in inches. Nice step back. He almost got by that last guy.
Not only did we saw the user offensively match the skills of the user of the other coach offensively. The last drive really, it had somebody following their blocks perfectly. We saw the same thing there.
And here's another counter, cuts it back up, and he's going to get just enough. Get that first down. See what yard line they're at. I can't see.
Huge CPU defensive tackle right there. We had the pursuit from the user on the backside. He was coming to clean that up just if he only slowed him down and didn't get him on the ground. But big time cat and mouse game going on here. Chess pieces being moved all over as we're in no huddle.
And we got 2 tight end offense in here. Van Dyke, quick drop, looks, throws over the middle. He's got Smith down around the 10-yard line for 7-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. as we're going to wind this down and go to the second quarter.
Yeah, last play of the second quarter, and as we see right there, Van Dyke 3 for 3. Kind of shorter passes right now, not taking any chances down the field yet, but they've moved the ball deep into the red zone and second and very manageable 3. They're in control of the offense. And they're taking what the defense gives them. Like on right there, they had a couple options, and both run and pass is getting the job done at this point.
Second down and 3 from the 9. They can obviously get a first down without scoring. Tight formation, 4 receivers, very tight. Single back, Cheney back there. Drops, looks, throws to his left. Smith catches it, and he fights through 3 defenders, gets the first down around the 3-yard line, and another first down for the Hurricanes.
Keyshawn Smith came fired up, Vaughn. You see him with the fist pumps right there. Just bounced off a couple defenders, but shout out to Oklahoma State that they eventually got him on the ground. They're backed up into a tough position defensively now, almost equal to what we saw Oklahoma State have earlier. It's going to be really tough to stop them here.
It's a lot of quick throws. Here's a handoff. Cheney trying to get to the edge, get around. Oh, and diving tackle. Huge 7-yard loss. Great defensive play.
You got to time that right, and the user for Oklahoma State got it done on that one. He would have got in there with his speed and the angle that he was taking on that edge play, but a good diving tackle right there, almost perfected by Danny. Got him down on the ground and lost yardage, in fact, all the way back to the 9.
Yeah, I was trying to see who that's Jason Taylor the second, the senior strong safety who came up and made that play. Huge loss. Second to go all the way back to the 9. Have to score. They can't get another first down. So get the dial up. They want to keep running the ball. Want to throw something quick. Van Dyke is not a
empty backfield
type player. Yet trips right, but he can run if he needs to. Look. Oh, and the pressure gets to him, and he gets rid of it for an incomplete pass. Wow,
right.
What a hit.
Right tackle wasn't able to get his block right there. The edge pressure looked like he really never got engaged with the right tackle right there. Right tackle has to get his fundamentals right. Got to kick slide. Got to be able to widen out, but then apply your pressure and sit down. And he wasn't able to do any of those things, Vaughn. You can't have a defensive end screaming at your quarterback right there in a 5-wide look.
And he was waiting for a guy coming across the middle. He had to clear the middle linebackers, and he was just ready to throw the ball when he got hit, so that's why it was an incomplete pass. All right, Van Dyke looking plenty of time now. Throws the out in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Slim Thug, 9 yards. We're an extra point away from a tie game.
That was great defense that we saw from Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State has got to feel good about the defense and slowing them down there. However, Miami had a perfect pass. They had the pass protection that time that they didn't have on the previous play. And Slim Thug, like you called him out earlier, he had his feet in bounds, really did those toe taps right there at the sideline. That was beautifully done, well executed. And, just beats the defense on that particular play.
All right, well, we've killed 8 minutes of this game, and both teams have had the ball once. So we'll see what happens here in the second quarter. Oklahoma State had a 5-minute drive last time. See if they go keep that same theme and really shorten this game or what. Here's the kickoff deep in the end zone. See if he runs this or takes a touchback. It's out of the end zone, so it's a touchback. And that's where the Cowboys will start on the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's Presley back there doing the return duties, but he is definitely a player to watch. But I know Coach has got a couple guys back there that can do some things. But 9 yards deep, back foot on the back line like that, not giving you any options right there. Going to start from the 25 this time. But they were successful on their only possession so far.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of quick throws in this game by both teams so far. No one's really taking a shot downfield. A lot of running, mostly Cheney by Miami. And here's that quick bubble screen pass out to the side, bounces off one, doesn't get past the second, still picks up 3 on a play. Nixon's going to make it 2nd and 7.
These Miami defenders are really tough tacklers, Vaughn. He usually gets a little bit more out of that. That only gains 3.
Yeah, he loves to throw those little quick bubble screens on either side. Doesn't matter whether it's to a running back or wide receivers. Get those other receivers out there blocking, and all you got to do then is beat one guy, and you can go all the way down the sideline by yourself. So
yeah, and he knows how to do it. He works it better probably than anybody I've seen before.
Exactly. I've tried it, and it always gets blown up. So, but that was the same way with the counterplay until I learned how to do that thanks to SEP and Revamp. So we'll see. All right, empty set, 5 receivers. Sanders looking, throws over the middle. Oh, well, back, reached behind him and caught it. Breaks the tackle up the sideline to the 40, 35-30, and dragged down to 23-yard line. Braden Johnson reaches behind, one-handed snag, and goes 49 yards.
I don't know what's more impressive, the behind the back catch or breaking the tackle and then accelerating past 90% of the rest of the defense. That was insane for a 49 huge explosive chunk play. And they're now smelling the red zone on their second possession, looking to go back up by 7 again.
Yeah, I wonder what would have happened if you'd actually led him on the play, because it kind of slowed him up a little bit. Here we go, another empty set, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Sanders barking out a change. Quick drop, looks, plenty of time, throws deep into the corner of the end zone, and Blades picks it off. That's the first turnover of the game in the red zone, no less. Big turnover. We'll see how important that is later in the game.
Looked like the user was able to click onto the defender in that area and get the jumping 2 hands over the head animation, secured that ball in the end zone, taking away a touchdown and what smelled like a very promising touchdown possession for Oklahoma State.
And, we got a screen back the other way, throwback pass, and that's knocked down.
That
They
was
had like 3 guys on him and 2 guys coming after the quarterback.
that was sniffed out 1,000%. That play was going nowhere off rip. So we're gonna do it 2nd and 10 from the 20 again.
Yeah, they had the receiver covered, and if he tried to scramble, he had 2 guys hunting him down. So I don't know what defense they called, but that was obviously the right one. All right, 2nd and 10. Get 2 tight ends in here. Quick drop, looks, dumps. Chaney on the little Texas route's going to pick up 6, going to make it 3rd and 4. Give them a chance to run whatever play they want now.
Yeah, 3rd and 4. You like that completion right there. Takes a little bit of the chunk back. You didn't get anything on 1st down. You avoided the negative play, but now you got a positive play. Now you could run for it, pass for it, whatever you want to do. Let's see what they do. Oklahoma State definitely trying to get the momentum back in their favor, and they could do it with a stop right here, Vaughn.
And don't be surprised if Van Dyke has to scramble for it. He has the legs to move the chains. He's not a runner, but he can scramble. Looks, dumps, LaFleur catches it and gets popped immediately, but not until he gets 10 yards and all the way out to the 35 and a 1st down.
Great ball by right there. It's a short pass, so it's not going to make any of the highlight reels, but that's a pivotal 1st down. After the turnover, Oklahoma State could have shut the door right there, even almost got their own pick right there, but out of the outstretched hands of the defender and into the hands of the receiver on that short drag route, got a 1st down. Good play.
And welcome to the Raiders from Ethernet Gaming. Welcome in, guys. All right, 1st and 10 from the 35. Van Dyke, quick throw up the sideline. Smith catches, spins away from a defender. Oh, and he gets tripped down around the 36-yard line. Keyshawn, another big one, 29 yards.
Crazy pass right there. Looked like the receiver was going to do an out route, but stopped. And then just the ball was all he was barely making that break, and the ball was already delivered to him. He had to make an adjustment, and actually turned out in his favor to get away from the defender.
Yeah, that little reach behind, spin around, confused the DB, and he missed the guy. I can't. I have to see the replay to see if he was trying to go for the ball or he just missed the player. All right, 2 tight ends set again. Receiver comes in motion, hands it off, and he gets popped hard in the backfield. Lost 1 on the play. Whoa, what a hit.
Yeah, defenders came screaming downfield that time. Oklahoma State showing that they could bring a little thump. And that's a TFL, setting them up, behind schedule now. Going to have to go into the bag a little bit here to get some yards back.
Check his teeth, make sure they're not all loose. That was a big hit. They tried to run that little wide receiver jet, and they just blast right through the O-line and put him on his ass. All right, 2nd and 11 from the 37. 3:20 left in the half. Both teams have had the ball twice now. Van Dyke drops, throws, out route. LaFleur dodges one guy and gets dragged down on the 13-yard line, 24-yard gain on the play, and another first down.
Good plays by both team right there. We're gonna go no huddle, Vaughn. I'll break down that play a little bit later. Let's get this one set up. This is a big one.
All right, they run up there, waiting for him to call play.
Must have the
Right.
defense is something he likes.
And now they adjust the formation. We got tight trips to the right. Single man LaFleur by himself over there on the left. Van Dyke drops, looks, throws out to the right. Slim Thug, and that's going to be his second touchdown of the game. Beat two defenders and wiggled into the end zone. And Miami has offside.
It's gonna be declined, and the touchdown will stand, Vaughn. It was on the defense.
Score. Extra point away from this being a 7-point lead for Miami.
So the big play that got us into the red zone right there, and then the eventual score right there was that out route. Gucci, he threw it, and the defender kind of attempted to tackle a little bit early, but the second defender got him onto the ground. So that was a good effort by them, slowed him up just enough. And then on that play, when they went no huddle right there, they were trying to hit that corner route, and the user defender was in the area just a step late to it. And Van Dyke's really been on target today with his passing, and that one successfully got the first lead for Miami.
All right, and this kickoff goes out of the end zone again. Big leg for Miami's kicker. And for the third time in this half, Oklahoma State's going to start at their own 25-yard line. This time, 2:52 left in the half. So you got to think Oklahoma State, who got the opening kickoff, they want to eat all of this time because Miami's going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, you can't let the team do a twofer, right? You can't let them go consecutive scores without you answering back. So they're definitely going to try to do that, score, and take some time off here.
All right, empty formation, rolling hard to his right, gets away from the pressure, up the sideline, steps out of bounds, gets hit, no flag. They said he still was in bounds. Picks up 4, going to be second down and 6.
Yeah, you see the tight man coverage right there. Defenders staying stride for stride with most of the targets that Spencer Sanders was trying to read. And so he just takes it and gets positive yardage out of that one. Takes a big hit, but they're coming back to the huddle to get situated.
All right, see they come out. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Sanders, fake handoff, runs up the middle, bounces off a guy, falls forward, picks up 5 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Love how he just falls forward and bounces off people all day long.
14 points away from being the Heisman Trophy winner for this season. I mean, he absolutely is a unit, and you're not going to bring him down very easily. And that's why the user's able to go ahead and just let him run with the ball. And 3rd and 1 is really manageable at this point, Vaughn. Gotta try to get it though. Don't want to stretch it to 4th and 1, right?
I think your guy, Big Penis, would debate with him about who's the bigger unit. But here we go. Trips to the left, Presley to the right. Handoff up the middle, gets good blocking, falls forward, picks up 6 on the play. Richardson gets a first down. We are under 2 minutes left in the half, and the clock temporarily stopped.
Yeah, and Richardson hadn't called his name in a while, but right on time. 3rd and 1, very reliable handoff right there. Good, reliable back. Solid first down play. Lots of time right here as we're approaching midfield now.
Again, trips left, 2 to the right. Slot guy is Richardson. And we get a timeout on the play.
Yeah, defense.
Yep.
Yeah, defense doesn't really like the way it was lined up, and since he's playing defense right now, figures he's got the lead. Why not use his timeout, get it all lined up nice?
Yeah, can't carry him over to the second half. These are freebies right now, so you just take them when you need to.
Yeah, that's Revamp TV on defense. He's the winner of the Pac-12, and Danny Sausage is winner of the Big Ten. This is the NWO championship. If you're here for the first time.
All right. You got 2 to the left, 2 to the right, running back to the right. Drops, looks, man crossing over the middle, spins, and gets brought down right at the 45. The 5-yard gain by Johnson, second down and 5 with a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, everything that has been I think if I did the math once before, I think it was 132 user games that we played this season, season 4, and this is 133. It all comes down to this. We got a good matchup right now. Sweatfest for both coaches, I'm sure.
All right, to the left, drops, looks over the middle. Oh, and he gets hit. Same time he's trying to catch the ball and knocked it loose. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, only the second incompletion there for Spencer Sanders. Had an outstanding day, minus 1 throw, but more so than that, just an unbelievable play by the user defender to take that one out of the air from his intended target in the back of the end zone. But 3rd and 5, he's a dual threat quarterback, Heisman elite level first round talent, very makeable down and distance right here. Pressure's on Miami to stop him, protect
Yeah,
the
they're
lead.
tight. They're up, pressing close. Play clock down to 7. Sanders drops, looks, takes off, breaks one tackle, can't get by the other guy, and he's going to get dropped for a sack. Lost a yard. It's going to bring up 4th and 6 as the clock is stopped by Miami with 1:10 left in the half.
Miami takes their second time out right there with 1:10 on the clock. Oklahoma State's lining up for a punt, not seeming to take any chances with giving the ball back to the Miami squad here at midfield.
And they're going to field it at the 17. LaFleur tries to go way left to avoid the rush, takes it back to the middle field, gets brought down 7 yards. That's where Miami's going to take over with exactly a minute left and 1 timeout.
Probably a good decision to kick the ball right there. Difficult decision to make, not just because you want to score, but also because they got Gucci LaFleur as a returner. Man is dangerous. We've seen him with a 49-yarder on kick, and then that one could have went for even more right there. But look for Oklahoma State to try to grab a ball right here and get back into this one, Vaughn. Look for Miami to extend this lead.
Yeah, both these guys can play user D like nobody. Oh, Gucci spins and avoids the tackle down the sideline. Will they catch him? No, he's gone all the way to the house, and just like that, it's going to be a 2-score lead for Miami. Wow.
The way that Gucci spun off of that is unconventional and highly effective. The defender was out there on an island with him, and the young man that came over to help for safety was just at too much of a distance to catch up to Gucci LaFleur, showing off his speed on that one. Great ball by Van Dyke, and that's going to be a 14-point lead. Good news out of that is that they scored really quick. Oklahoma State's got 49 ticks and 3 timeouts to answer back. But great score right there for Miami to go up 14.
Yeah, the corner tried to dive and take him out, and he spun that inside and made him miss. And there was not enough speed in that secondary to go catch him from behind. So, like you said, 49 seconds, 3 timeouts, plenty of time. Clock automatically stops on first down, so you just kind of got to work in chunks of 10 yards or more. Save those timeouts in case you get sacked or something or have to run. All right, empty backfield again. Trips to the right.
Safety's creeping up towards the line of scrimmage. Yep. Dropping back into coverage now.
Out, and it's going to be picked off and dropped at the 32-yard line. Couch stepped in front of the out route, and there's a huge turnover. This game might get out of hand quick.
We got to see how it plays out, but great explosion on the ball right there by the defender. Closed the gap. Looked like it was going to be a completed pass, but the defender was able to cut that ball off.
Yeah, as I was saying, both these guys as user secondary are just deadly. It's not fun to play against them when they're usering.
Yeah.
There's Van Dyke scrambling, like I said, looks like he was going to throw, fakes it, gets popped, gets 2 yards, 35 seconds left and counting. They only have 1 timeout left. They're going to scramble back to the line of scrimmage.
Just be grateful that, he held on to the ball right there. Looked like that was the recipe for losing the ball.
All right, they shifted up. Game clock down to 22. Van Dyke quickly drops, throws a screen pass. Oh, and it was almost picked off by the D lineman. He read it perfectly and almost got his hands on that one.
The user absolutely just played that to perfection. There's no better play that you could make on that. That's completely CPU dropping that. Really, really well done. And 3rd and 8 right here. If you lose any more yardage, you might be out of field goal range. I know the kicker's got a good leg, but we'll see what happens on 3rd and long here.
All right, we got empty backfield, Cheney's in the slot on the left, trips to the right. Van Dyke drops, looks, throws deep over the middle. Mallory catches it, and he's going to get dropped right around the 8-yard line. It's going to be first and goal with 12 seconds left. See if they go no huddle. That'd give them at least 2 plays.
Really aggressive gameplay here by Miami, not just settling for 3 points. They want 7. Let's see if they're able to push this lead any further.
All right. Van Dyke scrambles hard to the left, trying to get to the outside, down to 5 seconds, up the field, cuts it back inside and into the end zone. What a scramble by Van Dyke, 8 yards, looked like 25 yards, and just like that, it's a 3-score game.
What a scramble by Van Dyke. Didn't trust any of the windows that he had there. Didn't want to give it to the defense and chose to do it all with his legs. And good thing that he got in for their team because he only had 3 ticks left there, Vaughn. They had a timeout, but that almost took the entirety of the game clock for the half.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask him after the game if that was designed scramble, that if he just sent everybody out and was going to try and find room, and if he couldn't, get to the ground, take a timeout, and take his field goal, because he kind of spun left right away. Another deep kickoff. So Danny's going to have 3 seconds to see if he can get a deep shot. If the can beat the defender, make him miss, whatever. Or if he's just going to take a knee here.
We called
Miami
it out.
gets the ball.
We called it out at the beginning of the game. This game was going to come down to turnovers and who could respond to them. And right now, we see one team generating turnovers and the other team hasn't been able to. We'll see if it's the tale of 2 halves in this matchup. But as far as what we've seen so far, we see Miami generating turnovers where Oklahoma State's not able to keep up with those turnovers. We see 2-0, and right now that's led to a 14-point swing. We also see that there's, I think, 1 punt that's been forced, and I think that led also to another TD score. So other things are kind of even here, Vaughn. I mean, third down is in Miami's advantage. What are you seeing?
I'm seeing Miami with 27 rush yards. I'm not used to seeing any team revamp runs with 27 rush yards and a half. He can get that in 1 play. So I don't know how much of that is Miami stopping him, or he's just having such success throwing the ball that he doesn't even need to bother running. But that's a glaring disparity from what is normal for his teams.
So, I mean, what I also see is, Van Dyke putting it in spots, and, the defenders are there. They're next to the receivers. They're next to the tight ends. I mean, the halfback screens have gone nowhere. But Van Dyke is able to hit these out routes, that one curl route, and then, just elude defenders, whether it's a broken tackle or just racing past them. And it's been a bit of a problem for the Oklahoma State defense. The defense was really, really strong for Oklahoma State on the first 2 possessions. And then it kind of got away for them right there as they kind of offensively wanted to go a little bit faster tempo. Kind of started with that Miami defense also getting a turnover, and that led to the momentum shift too.
Yeah, that pick in the corner of the end zone when they marched down the field and in the red zone, ready to score, tried to take that shot in the back corner, undercut by Blades. That right there has kind of changed the game. I mean, they came right down and scored, took the lead. So they were down 7. Now all of a sudden they're up 7. And then they stop Sanders, get the long touchdown to Gucci right after the pick, and then another touch. I mean, it just kind of snowballed on them in that second half of that quarter. See how he responds. Like you were saying before, whoever can stay the most calm, level-headed, and not force things, especially since we know both guys can use her in the secondary like nobody else I know. He's going to have to get some stops on defense and take better care of the ball. And Revamp's just got he's in the zone right now.
Yeah, we'll see if that continues. LaFleur, dangerous receiver here, or dangerous return man.
4 yards deep. cut. Ooh, he tried to make that outside cut and got leveled.
Outstanding coverage.
Yeah. I mean, he gets around him. He has a lane up the sideline. He didn't even get out to the 20. So they're going to start at their 16, the worst starting position of either team in this game. And he can dictate now whether he wants to just keep throwing and put the pressure or just run and run and run and grind the clock.
Yeah, 21 points for 14 minutes of football remaining. We'll see how much confidence there is in, changing the game plan or how much confidence there is in keeping the game plan the same here.
All right, 2 tight ends here. Here's the counter to Cheney. Gets to the outside, tries to get away from one man, trips over him, and then 3 other guys bring him down right at the 20, a gain of 4 on the play.
Yeah, good plays by both coaches right there. Good call. That's a dangerous play that Miami loves to run. Oklahoma State able to slow down Cheney and not let him rip anything big off.
Yeah, they've contained the outsides pretty good.
Very good.
But
It's been Van Dyke in the air today, and that one run on the ground that he had.
see what they want to do here. Trips far to the right, Cheney to the left, Van Dyke barking out something. Cowboys playing off a little bit all the way across the board. Here's the handoff up the middle, wiggles through, gets met and dropped. It's going to be 3rd and inches. Didn't quite get enough for the first down.
Didn't get enough for the first down, but made enough to get 3rd and inches. It's like you always say, Vaughn. The players, the halfbacks in the NWO, they get hit, and you think it's a nothing gain, and then they fall forward for extra. And that's what I saw right there.
Yeah. This league is notorious for, that's a 2-yard. Oh, no, that's a 5-yard. He fell forward at 3 extra yards after 6 guys hit him. And it's not just Cheney. It's every good back in this league does the exact same thing. You're going to get 2 tight ends set. Cowboys showing pressure, pinching the line. Van Dyke drops, looks, throws over the middle. Smith has it, tries to make a move, bounces off one, gets hit from behind. Gets enough for the first down, though. Move the chains, move the chains. That's the name of the game for Miami in the second half.
Good job by Oklahoma State to keep it as a short gain. Even better job by Miami to somehow get it done. Somehow he had enough pass protection, drop back into the pocket deep enough to complete that pass. Felt like he was holding it forever.
All right, back to the 2 tight end formation. Loving that big set second half here. Wide receiver in motion towards the line. Van Dyke drops. Quick throw. LaFleur catches it, comes back beyond the first down marker, but ends up getting the first down anyway. Short little 10, 11-yard gain and another first down.
Out route's been there for him all season long. Gucci LaFleur's bread and butter, and he is dangerous with the ball in his hands once he's in that position with that play.
All right, now they come out with trips right, 1 to the left. Van Dyke making changes at the line or in the shotgun here. Defense adjusting. Play clock down to 9. Drops, pump fake, throws deep down the sidelines. Got a man, and he threw it out of bounds. Had a step, and it was a bad throw.
Both coaches playing their hearts out in this one. You see the chess match so much pre-play, adjustment and readjustment, action and reaction. And then when the ball's finally big ball throw in the air, both players doing their best to try to click on their guy and get a favorable opportunity to bring that down. That was crazy.
All right, 2nd and 10. That's his first real deep shot down the field.
Yeah, it was anyone's ball.
Plays. Yeah, he's had some big plays, but they were catch and run, right? This is a big formation. Quick drop, looking, rolling hard to his right, and thought he had a man open, but he got hit, and it's going to be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, definitely love the vision downfield. Don't like the feel and the pocket presence. Pass rush was definitely getting to him. He tried to buy a little bit more time by rolling out of the pocket, but he rolled right into the defender's area. And great job by that defensive end to bring him down. Should have been a sack.
Yeah, he had a man coming across the middle with 2 defenders behind him running towards the sideline. But if I think he actually gets that ball off and throws it where he wants to, there was a DB covering a receiver on the sideline that he could have used and undercut that pass. So It's probably a good thing he didn't throw that pass where he wanted to.
Like I
Now
said
we got
earlier, Vaughn, he didn't have the pass pro earlier, and he didn't have the pass pro there. Here, he's
now
scrambling out of bounds and trying to make up a first down here.
he steps
Somehow
into
gets
it.
across the line.
He stepped into the defender instead of
Gets up
going out of
slow.
bounds and ran him over. All right, now they're all the way out to the 47-yard line.
He might need
Van
a
Dyke's
breather
legs.
after that one.
Yeah, he got him the touchdown. He got him the big first down here. So might see some Cheney work here or quick passing. Get rid of the ball quick so he doesn't take another hit.
Yeah.
All right, to the left, to the right, counter to Cheney. He's got running room up the middle, gets popped in the leg, still falls forward and picks up 8 yards on the play.
Jesus Christ, what a hit right there. Took his leg out from under him. But we've seen that so much. Van Dyke bails you out with the legs, and then Cheney comes back with his fresh pair. And big gain right there on first down. 2nd and 2, and now we're across midfield, Vaughn. We are almost threatening field goal range.
Yeah, he hit him, made him helicopter, but he went forward instead of sideways. Normally you'd worry about his ACL, but we don't have to worry about it in the video game. So here we go, tight formation. Danny's blitz bluff, drops back, looks, pressure coming in his face, rolling, and throws it out of bounds. Yeah, the D-end user tried to take him out, and he just threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, these coaches are locked in right now. You see that pressure in his face, forcing him to throw out of bounds at the very last second. Slightly different angle, and he gets popped and maybe drops the ball. But also, he was really trying to move around him too, and you can see he's dark red right there. Man needs a rest.
Yeah, that D-end had hit him on that play. He might have been still on the ground. He might have been injured on that play if he could have made that hit because he's red after the play. He had to be red during the play, and he just missed.
Yeah, he ran
All right.
15 yards out of the pocket there.
3rd and 2. Big stop right here for the Cowboys. Big conversion for Miami. Light clock down to 6. Pressure right up the middle. Throws the out. And Pippuccino, did he catch? No, he dropped it. Had to wait to see. And it brings up a 4th and 2. So we'll see if Miami is content with punting the ball. Are they going to go for it? They're at the 38. It'd be a long field goal.
Got a 3-touchdown lead.
55 yards is what it would be if he tries it. He's going to try it. If he doesn't make it, Snosage is going to get this ball near midfield.
Got all the max power on it. Looks lined up.
Stay inside. No, he hit the upright, and that's a huge miss for Miami. It was worth the try. He had the leg, but it just drifted right on him, and now Oklahoma State gets a break. It's basically just like a turnover, and they get the ball in midfield.
They do get a break, but they also played themselves into the break, right? They gave themselves the opportunities. Right? Well, the pass rush finally got home. Van Dyke had a lot of success, was looking for more and more success down the field. The opportunities just weren't there for him. And they made a great play on 3rd and 2 when they went for a short one.
All right, Sanders tall in the pocket, finds an out route for a first down along the sidelines. Very patient in the pocket.
Yeah, if he could get some momentum build there in the pocket, then he can, do it in the air and with his legs. He's been trying to do it with his legs a lot in the first half, and we'll see how his pass pro holds up. And right there is Chief doing dabs. Got all the way around the right tackle. Took the long way around the right tackle, but the right tackle just got beat to the outside right there. Chief doing dabs. Too much speed. If he could have picked up his block, Spencer Sanders had some options downfield, but now it's 2nd and 17.
Yeah, he had trips to the right, all going deep, all man coverage. So he could have picked one of those guys, and he never had time to get the chance to throw the ball. Like you said, he looped all the way around. Great blocking. Scrambles out of the pocket now. Stops, throws. Got a man
Big
open
play.
at the 40. Wiggles up to the 30. Breaks a tackle. Tries to cut back inside, down around the 22. Huge first down by the Cowboys.
Yeah, that might be Presley right there. I'm not sure. Yeah, it came on a crossing route. Looked like he was going to stop on his route, then continued. The halfback didn't continue on his route, so thankfully he did. Big play in the red zone now.
All right, Sanders, plenty of time. Just bails left, trying to beat the linebacker one-on-one. Dive, and he took him down at the 21. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, visibly frustrated that he's not able to get away from that defender. That defender is an impact player for Miami, which has a lot of speed on defense. So he's not your average player that Spencer Sanders has seen in the league this year. But very frustrated, visibly frustrated. He couldn't get away from him on that one.
All right, fake handoff. This is Wildcat up the middle, down around the 15, 16-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 5.
Number 39, Cloud, crashing in from the outside right there from the second level. Good job by him. Without that, that might have gone the distance, as it looked like he got past all the first level of defenders there. 3rd and 5. This is a big play, but it's probably 4-down territory anyways, Vaughn.
Yeah, there's 2 minutes left in the quarter, and he needs 3 touchdowns. So he needs 2 other stops after this. So, yeah, he's got to convert. He's got to get it in the end zone on this drive. Here's the handoff. A big hole. Cuts it back to the middle. Splits 2 defenders down to the 6-yard line, and another 1st down.
1st down temporarily stops the clock, and they're going to go no huddle as they feel the urgency to score before this 3rd quarter expires. From the left hash this time.
Handoff again. Cuts it out to the left, and he's going to find a hole all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Dominic Richardson, and we are an extra point away from having a 2-score game. So, like I said, he needs 2 stops and two more touchdowns to have this game tied up.
Big psychological win right there for Oklahoma State. Haven't scored since the opening possession of the game. That one's got to feel absolutely great. They were threatening with their second possession. A red zone pick thwarted that, and that's what led Miami to score. I believe it was 28 unanswered. But now Oklahoma State cutting that lead in half with more than a quarter left, and their defense probably playing better than they did in the first.
Yeah, he needs a 3-and-out or a turnover on this drive. He cannot let him have a long drive. And Gucci does not get up back to the 20. He's going to be stopped short.
A lot of time left in this ball game, Vaughn.
We'll see what Miami does. If they're going to be conservative, just run the ball, eat clock, because it's, Oklahoma State has to score twice, get 2 stops and 2 scores, or if he wants to be a little aggressive and get it closer to midfield. So if he doesn't get a first down.
On the last possession, he was really aggressive, and he didn't have the pass pro for it. He got sacked and, had to bail from the pocket, and, that could lead to a turnover in itself. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what he chooses to do.
Yeah, he's going to at least get to midfield, so if he has to punt, he can pin him deep, as opposed to punting from here, and it gets around midfield. There's Cheney, cuts the right huge hole, and gets swallowed up at the 25. 2 guys converged on him. He's 2nd and 3, though.
Good tackling right there. I mean, Donald Cheney, didn't look like the defense was ready for that one. The offense gave him a different look than they've given all day. They ran the counters only to the left, not to the right this time. And good tackling right there, because Cheney tried to make a move on that safety and bail past him on the right side. And that would have been dangerous. But 7-yard pickup either way is great play.
All right, 2nd down and 3. You got 2 receivers left, 2 right. Here's the handoff up the middle, cuts back to the right, gets the 1st down, falls forward all the way out to the 33, I believe, and that's going to be another 1st down for Miami.
Miami seems to go as Cheney seems to go. Van Dyke got his job done in the first half with so much passing yards and success, throwing touchdown passes. But Cheney right here might be his time to shine and move the sticks on the ground. He can only handle so much of a workload, so they're going to have to balance it out and give maybe some backups carries going forward.
Yeah, just a reminder, he had 27 rush yards for his entire team in the first half. So Van Dyke drops pressure in his face, throws the screen pass, cuts it up the middle, gets a block, gets a pancake flip block, Cheney to the outside, cuts it back inside, and are they going to catch him? No, they don't have the speed. He's all the way to the house. And just like that, Miami responds. Long screen pass to Cheney, and it's back to a 3-score lead.
Cheney is an absolute burner, explosive playmaker, and he had a lot of green grass out there. The user defender got over there, and he's a great player, number 5. But with that much space, it gives Cheney too many options, and he was able to bounce that in and wiggle back out using the blocks. And what a massive, huge lead right now for Miami.
I think he gave him a little bit different look on that screen pass because it didn't look like Oklahoma State was expecting that or prepared for it. And they're going to run this one back deep. Tries to get to the outside, gets a block, trying to avoid another one. Stays in bounds up the sideline, and he bounces inward now down to the 42, 43-yard line. Great return.
Great stick skills on display right there. Toe tap in the sideline after setting up that player to go in and then getting them to the outside, bursting up the field. 42-yard line, excellent starting field position. Still in the third quarter here.
You got to think my mentality in this, and I've done this in my own streams, I got to score before the quarter's up. I have to get this points on the board before we go to the fourth quarter.
Psychological advantage.
Yeah, now you're only down 2 scores the whole quarter instead of 3. Nice out route for the first down on first down.
Yeah. And we're going to see how they do it. You know, Miami has played some man coverage at times and some zone coverage right there. And we're going to see how Oklahoma State threatens, with their aerial attack here. Probably going to go to mostly the air here.
All right, no huddle. Pressure right in his face. Oh, he bounces off him like a tree. And down he goes with the second guy in the sack, a loss of 11 on a play. That defender bounced off Sanders and went the opposite direction.
Told you Spencer Sanders is a unit, and you can't bring up my player because he doesn't have any right to be in this conversation. He didn't play well enough. He fumbled in the bowl game. This man bounced off him, like you said. It's just like a anti-vehicle unit. Like, he'll stop anything.
A big redwood tree. He just kind of slammed into him and went the opposite. I've never seen a defensive player bounce off a QB like that. All right. Empty backfield, throws deep over the middle, and it's dropped. Almost a pick for Miami. Would have been their third or fourth of the game. It's gonna bring up a long.
I know they had 2 turnovers at halftime. Did they get any others in the second half?
No.
It would have been their. So then they have 2 right now. Would have been their third.
All right, again, 5 wide receiver empty set. Sanders barking out changes, drops, pressure from the left, throws deep down the left sideline. It's going to be caught and dragged out of bounds. 3 seconds left. If he huddles up there quick, you might get another playoff.
Great drop in a bucket right there.
Big first down.
Layered throw.
Yeah, not sure if he can score in these 3 seconds or not, but he's knocking on the door of the red zone. Sanders throws deep down the right sideline, and it's undercut and knocked down by the defender. User swat, it said. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 as we head to the fourth quarter. Get your 4s up in chat, guys. Let me see how many 4s we can get.
The defender was able to get full control by his user right there. And the offender was not able to do the same. We had one guy make a outstanding effort towards the ball, and the other guy was kind of just standing waiting for it.
All right. 2nd and 10. Sanders looking. Plenty of time. Steps up in the pocket. Avoids one guy. Gets a huge block by his running back. Cuts it back to the middle. Avoids the fumble and takes it down around the, I can't tell what the yard line that is.
Took a big hit right there. Yeah, 14-yard line. Yeah, 14-yard line. Took a big hit, but was able to weave his way into traffic and now in scoring territory.
I'm not sure why I even thought he would fumble. Pressure right in his face, and he shrugs it off, and it gets taken up by the second guy. This guy will not go down. Piss test, please. Piss cup. Let's go.
Yeah, Spencer Sanders, a unit. It's crazy. Guys who are just running straight at the quarterback, unabated, unblocked, can't seem to tackle him. He's too hard to bring down.
All right, empty set again. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Mr. Sequoia in the backfield.
Yeah.
Looking, pressure from his left, dumps it over the middle.
Yeah.
Tries to get to the outside, breaks a tackle, bounces off another DB up the sideline, jumps and gets knocked out at the 10.
Yeah, it's funny to see the coach's reaction on that one. Great user play there, though. I mean, he stuck with the drag route. He saw that all the way through. He looked downfield at first, dumped it off to the drag and stayed with that angle, outran the defender, made some shifty moves, and a beautiful hurdle to end it. It was nice.
All right, 3rd down and 6 from the 10. Can get a first down just inside the 4-yard line. Trips left. Sanders keeps it himself, got huge blocking, takes it right up the middle, and that's a touchdown. Back to a 2-score game, and there's Only a minute one off the clock in the quarter, so got work to do. Has time, but he needs help.
Yeah, we're still at a 2 point or 2 possession disadvantage, and they're going to work on that starting with the defense. But Vaughn, it's just interesting to see. I've seen Spencer Sanders on that play roast the defense so many times. It's just weird that it happens with only 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter when you're down 2 touchdowns. It's just really weird that now things are so favorably opening up right there, like the Red Seas.
And he gets a touchdown with his legs, but he kept that drive alive with two sacks that should have been bigger than what they were. As Gucci gets us out to the 25,
Good return.
just bouncing off defenders trying to sack him. I mean, he did get sacked on both plays, but it should have been quicker. And it's just amazing that he won't go down. So
Besides the scoring play, Oklahoma State really earned every single yard that they got. I mean, the Miami defense really like forcing them to earn it all.
yeah, I'm not sure how much Miami's going to throw here. They need to control the ball, control the clock, and not to turn it over. So how aggressive does that make Oklahoma State in trying to hit stick and strip the ball out? Van Dyke drops, looks, swings, caught by Thug, and he's going to be shy, just inches shy of the first down,
Got a record
which
right
is
there.
it's good for Miami because it keeps the clock rolling and they don't get that temporary stoppage in play. Yeah, 4,000 yards passing for the team on the season. Don't expect that out of revamp, do you?
Looked like it was going to be a running situation. They passed out of it, got nearly all 9 yards, quieted the crowd right there. You could hear a pin drop, and second and very all too manageable inches.
All right. Shotgun formation, trips right. Making changes at the line. Drops, drifting right, rolling right, stops, throws. Oh, and it's knocked down. He tried to hit the running back in a little crossing route, and he almost threw it right to the D lineman.
That's twice now that 99 has had the ball in both hands, that the user has put him in perfect position to intercept a pass that's thrown to the down low man. Earlier, it was a halfback screen pass to Cheney that was 100% sniffed out. And that defensive lineman, it's really difficult to get a catch with a defensive lineman. I'd say unreasonably so when sometimes you see these linebackers and these, other guys ball hawking it. But good play right there. Leads to third.
And it's a big play for Miami. They've got to get this first down. Oklahoma has to get the stop. See if we see a scramble out here. Fake. And no, he's just going to hand it off, and he barely got the first down. Ran into his own lineman and fell forward and got enough.
Yeah, Donald Cheney, such a great running back so for all season for Miami. Crazy good playmaker and getting the job done on a crucial play.
And that's going to make this clock run even more, closing in on 5 minutes left in the game. Man, that would have been huge for Oklahoma State if they could have got the stop there. And now Miami can just bleed more time off the clock. They don't need to score. Even a field goal is sufficient. Here's a quick drop. Pressure in his face, drops it off, gets 2 blocks, gets to the outside, and user tackle at the 41 to save that play.
Big time tackle right there. Coach shaking his head. He had so much green pasture out there. Great call defensively. Maybe even better play call offensively. Looked like that was going to pop for the big yardage to the house, and Superman tackle saves the day.
Yeah, that was redshirt freshman Kendall Daniels, a strong safety with that tackle.
Oh, he's a stud, number 5 with dreadlocks. I'm all over it.
Yep.
One of my favorite players for the Cowboys.
All right, now Miami's letting the play clock wind down. We're under 4.5 minutes left. In fact, right now in the chat, guys, we're at 420. Put your 420s up. Van Dyke leading it down. 2 seconds left on the clock. 1 second handoff. Counter to Cheney. They step up and drag him down from the side. It's going to be a 3rd down and 3. Another crucial play for Miami.
I mean, great tackle right there, but even that, I mean, how does he get 3 out of that, Vaughn? He had absolute like beat on him. Should have been a tackle for no yardage at all, or maybe a 3-yard loss. And somehow he's able to make one move and get 3 out of it. That's insane.
Yeah, he jumped in the hole and grabbed him, and he still fell forward and got the yardage.
Yeah.
All right, another big 3rd down, 3rd and 3. Van Dyke drops, pressure in his face, looking downfield, spins away from it, goes to the left,
There
cuts
he
back
goes
up to the
again.
middle of the field, and he gets hit and does not fumble. Gets
Yeah.
the big first down. I was looking for a fumble
And he
animation on
falls
that
back
one.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of night it's been. Van Dyke has been able to get it to his targets. The defense has, had their opportunities to get picks. Tried to bait him all night. Almost got him right there to throw into coverage right there. But uses his legs. Stays really patient, on this play and several of the day, and his legs made the difference.
We got, looks like 3 tight ends to the right here. No, it's just 2. I lost track of where the actual offensive linemen were. Splits out. We got trips right, Smith to the left. Fake. Oh, he did hand off to Cheney on a sweep, and they swallow that up for no gain on the play.
Great pursuit. Had the men out there. Had the leverage. Cheney not a lot of options for him right there, but does take 30 more ticks off the clock.
And now we're under 3 minutes. Oklahoma State desperately needs a turnover, and it might need to go to the house to keep them in this game. Miami gets any more first downs, Oklahoma State's going to have to call timeout just to give themselves any time at all to come back.
Yeah, we're getting in the territory. We need a scoop six or a
Yeah.
pick six. We're getting into that territory. That's a penalty right there. It's going to be delay game, taking all the clock down.
Yep, down to 2:33 left.
Yeah, and if you're a Hurricane fan or a Hurricane loyalist, then just every tick that goes off of the clock, that's just a small victory right there.
He needs about 20 yards to be in field goal range because he missed that 55-yarder before.
That's right. Hit the
And
bar.
he had
The
the
bar,
distance.
had the distance.
Yeah,
It had
so
the whole
maybe only,
power though too. That's kind of hard to do sometimes.
maybe only 15 yards, but he definitely needs to get a first down to be in field goal range. Van Dyke bails, runs hard to his left, looking upfield, gets a kind of a shadow block by the running back there and gets blasted at midfield. It's going to be 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, the user clicked on right there, stayed with the halfback just a second longer just to make sure that he didn't leak out to a point where Van Dyke could deliver the ball right over his head like so many NWO coaches sneakily do, and circled back, made a tackle on Van Dyke, and leads to this big 3rd and 12 right here.
And I think Van Dyke was looking for a block from the running back, and he was looking for a dump off and kept him from getting more yards on the play. So 3rd and 12, right at midfield on the Rose Bowl logo. Van Dyke's pump fake, pressure, rolls to his right, and avoids the sack up the sideline, avoids 2 other defenders, and he fumbled the ball, and they got it. Oklahoma State gets the ball.
Well, I'm not surprised, Vaughn. We've seen Van Dyke be very aggressive in his runs today, very successful in his runs today, so he should have a lot of confidence. But in that spot right there, running for the first down was just too big of a carrot to not run at and go for. So he went for it, put his head down, tried to make all the moves, and against these defenders, they forced the turnover they needed.
He needs a quick score. He has all of his timeouts. Now Sanders is trying to go to work with his legs, and he gets dragged down at the 41,
Yeah,
46, I'm sorry.
looked a little bit slow on that one. They're going to go no huddle as these moments are precious, and every tick right there from a running play that doesn't get past the sticks takes more of them.
Yeah, he needs to score without burning a timeout, score quick. So if he doesn't get the onside, he can burn his timeouts and make him
Great
punt.
read right there on that
Yep.
crossing route. Gets past the sticks, first down and out of bounds. So now everybody gets a rest and gets to the huddle.
Sends everybody else deep, takes the underneath guy, gets around one guy, gets to out of bounds. That was the most important thing, is getting out of bounds. Even more important than getting the first down.
Tight man coverage all the way downfield. Couldn't find anything there. Stayed patient. Delivered the crossing route that's been there.
All right, minute 24 left. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Looks like he's got actually 4 receivers to the right. Quick drop. Plenty of time. Throws it over the middle and off couch. Hit the defender, and that's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Still a minute 20 left.
tight man-to-man coverage right there. Spencer Sanders had good vision, saw that his man was not looking at the quarterback, looking down, looking upfield, and thought he could squeeze it into a user click on, user catch type situation. Didn't really get control of his user the way he wanted. But second down and 10, clock is stopped, new play.
You got empty set, 5 receivers. Play clock down to 8. Sanders looking, plenty of time, standing deep, throws a long one
Double
down the
coverage.
side, down the numbers, and he dropped it.
He dropped it.
He had him. He had both receivers. He jumped over him and couldn't hang on.
He was ready to moss him, and then he threw up mom spaghetti all over his sweater already. He absolutely got a great ball from Sanders right there. Big ball, big nut, wheelbarrow throw right there. The safety was over the top. Man-on-man coverage was beat. Safety over the top, layered it right in between them. Almost came down with the user, just dropped it. Maybe when there's contact at the end there.
Hey, when you can use or catch, you don't worry about stuff like that. You just throw it up and you have the confidence you can go get the ball.
Yeah.
All right, it's got a tight end on the line now, extra blockers. Play clock down to 5, 4. Here's Sanders. Slings it over the middle, and it's caught by,
4th and inches, Vaughn. That's not a first down. They're saying that he was inches shy of that first down. That forces Oklahoma State to take a timeout.
That could be huge if they somehow get this in the end zone and then don't get the onside kick.
Correct.
That's one play they're not going to be able to stop. So now you got to just put it in the end zone no matter what and worry about later.
Well, put it in the end zone, yes, but maybe get a first down, stop the clock. Any first down stops the clock here momentarily, Vaughn.
Look at that. Only 3 down linemen, a safety, and a linebacker behind them.
User right there.
A lot of running lanes, yep. Looking, throwing down the sideline again, and it's picked off by Couch, his second interception of the game, and he's down at the 1-yard line, and that should seal the deal.
Clicked onto the user, clicked onto the defender right there, got the user control that he wanted, held the button, put up his hands, caught the ball, stole it away. A little bit underthrown, Vaughn?
A little bit. The ball, both those throws down the side there looked like they were just slow motion in the air. They weren't rockets. Here's Chaney, bounces off one guy, gets taken down. Another timeout here for Oklahoma. Yeah, it looks like it's floating. It's not. There's not a lot of velocity on there, so it's not getting there, and it's giving the defense time to react. All right, 2nd and 10, 57 seconds left. Only one timeout left for the Cowboys. They need a turnover and a score here. Chaney gets to the outside and gets hit, spins forward, breaks 2 tackles, 3 tackles, all the way out to the 21. It's Miami over 100 yards rushing for the game. Remember, I said they had 27 at the half.
He's definitely got more than double that now. I know for sure that he's gotten more than 27 in the second half. Held on to the ball right there, probably bigger than anything.
Yep. I mean, he got hit a lot, spun around. I think going to take a knee, and looks like the play clock is a little bit behind the game. The play clock's ahead of the game clock, so he's going to have to snap it one more time. It's off by like a half a second.
Got enough downs to do it, though.
Yep. So one more knee, and Revamp's going to get his NWO title.
I hope you got some good questions for them, Vaughn. I'm tapped out. I don't know what the hell to think of this one.
I took a lot of notes this time, key points in the game, so we'll be going through.
All right. Can't wait. That should do it.
Yep, that will do it. And just like that, Miami Hurricanes are the NWO champs. And we'll get both the head coaches in here and do our last post-game interview of the season. See when Jimbo's ready.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, welcome in, champ. Nice game. So first off, I said before the game, I said it on air, as a user, both you guys are ball hawks in the secondary, and I have a hard time throwing against either one of you. So I'm not surprised you got as many picks as you did. But did you plan on throwing it on your side on offense as much as you did in the first half instead of running like you normally do?
Um, yeah, I think so. I think our whole thing throughout the season is kind of pass to open up the run. I know Cheney had a very good season. He was in the Heisman race along with the quarterback on the other side. And I think a lot of that you got to owe it to Tyler Van Dyke. I'm just saying. I think maybe he could have possibly been up there instead of Cheney, but I think most of the season we used our pass to open up the run. We were gifted with a great roster. I mean, up and down, just athletes. I mean, coming from Texas, we relied a lot on our run, and like I said, we're just gifted with a great team this season. You know.
Speaking of Sanders, I'm sorry, Van Dyke, not Sanders. Speaking of Van Dyke, that scramble at the end of the first half, was that a planned run by him? Because you sent everybody out and then he just peeled off and went left instead of rolling out right. He went left and wiggled his way. Was that what you were looking to do on that play? Just open up room so he could run it in?
No, I'm gonna be honest with Van Dyke. I think you said it early in the season during one of your commentaries. He's got just enough speed to do what he needs to do. I never plan on running with Van Dyke. That's never immediate option. But I am proud of the way he came through today. He did fumble there at the end, but I mean, that man put everything he had out there tonight. So
And then you're in secondary couch, two big picks, one late in the first half that led to that last touchdown before halftime, and then this one to seal it up. I hadn't seen much of him all year, so is he? Let me look at your depth chart real quick because he had a hell of a game. I don't know. It doesn't say. Is he coming back next year? Is he going to be in
I don't want
23 couch?
to couch. Let me see real quick.
Yeah, the guy that had
Uh,
two picks today. Yeah, go look
like
on defense.
like I said, I was blessed with a really good team. They're very young, so I would not be surprised if Couches there's interceptions at. Did I pass this shit? But
And
not be
one,
surprised. Oh, he's a senior actually. So
okay.
shout out to that man. His last game.
And one last thing I had here. So you had the 27 yards rushing in the first half, had all the pass yards, and you flipped that in the second half, which is kind of what I expected and all that. But Danny had the ball first. He took 5 minutes off the clock to start the game. Did that make you have any pressure at all? Did you had to score quick to try and get more possessions, or you just ignored that and just went down the field because you kind of scored quick after that? But did him just controlling most of the first quarter make you even throw the ball more than you planned?
Yeah, honestly, I think he's got the second ranked rush defense in the nation. Cheney did fairly good running, but when I really wanted to run it, I really couldn't get it going. It was kind of just pops here or there. But yeah, like I said, I think game plan was kind of rely on Van Dyke, man. Like I said, I feel like he's been kind of, I wouldn't say under the radar, but Cheney was the guy getting all the hype for the accolades and stuff. And I feel like Van Dyke was the, true leader of the team throughout. So I just, said, let's just stick with the game plan. And like you said, when that first drive, yeah, it did put a lot of pressure. Anytime you play sausages, though, it's a lot of pressure from day one, and you get stuff to go your way, and it's really one of the only ways you can beat this man. I mean, this is my only win against him out of 3 games. So
Good game, man. Good game. George, you got anything?
Uh, you know what? I won't ask too much about this game. How do you feel about your overall season? How it started, like where it was in the middle? Did you find your team as you went along? Like how did it kind of progress or change for you along the way?
yeah, I think early we were still kind of in that same mentality, like Texas. We wanted to run it. We just had to kind of fill out the roster, like you said. Once we realized what our strengths were, we have Chief doing dabs. And my boy Dark Spectre on defensive ends. I call him Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis, two of the fastest defensive ends in the nation, if not. And just had to use their athleticism, just our athleticism.
All right, and then one more about today. What was it that you tried to take away, and were you successful at it, or was it something that you need to work on the next time that you face them, your fourth visit? Because I think you guys might be both coming back for season 5.
Um, Main thing was to try to stop Spencer Sanders. I mean, this dude's elite. Sausages is one of the best players you'll ever play against on this game, period. And like I said, I feel like a lot of things went my way early. Tried to capitalize on it because second half I felt like he won the second half overall. So I think the first half just being able to capitalize on just opportunities I was given.
Well, we saw it too, Coach, and enjoy last season. Maybe or next season, maybe we could get you on for some recruiting type ish. But congratulations and GGs.
Appreciate y'all fellas. My boy 49er Pimp, my boy Yvonne. I'm sure y'all killed the call. Sausages. Hey, you're my brother from another to the day. Uh Shit, Pimp. Good luck this weekend, and I hope we get to see each other in the playoffs in the NFL, broski. I love you, man.
All right, there you go. Revamp NWO champs for this season. Let's bring in Danny here.
What up, boys?
What a tough game. What a emotional roller coaster, I would say. Correct?
Yeah, I would definitely say emotional for sure.
So you had that great first drive, ate all the time off the clock, and I saw a lot of throws, a lot of quick throws. I didn't see a lot of scrambles by Spencer Sanders. Was it something he was doing? Because it kind of was that way the whole game. He had his runs here and there, but he wasn't just running all over the field like I've seen in the past. So was that your plan, or was it something he was doing on defense that was keeping you from doing that?
No, I just think he was playing conservative. Revamp likes to feel offenses out. I mean, it's kind of what most of us do. I kind of hurried up in accepting the thing too fast, so I picked the other playbook that I had, and I didn't really like it, so I kind of fucked up there. I won the coin toss the second time, but I chose to receive anyways because I mean he won it the first game, and it wasn't his fault that we had a disconnection. So it kind of was just looming, like it was just shit like that was just looming in my head while we were playing, and I kind of forced myself like I have to score pretty fast because I don't want to give him the ball back in the second half down, even though we did.
And so defensively, were you surprised at how much he was throwing? I mean, both you guys, I mean, note here that both you guys are throwing a lot of quick passes. No one's really taking deep shots in this game until later. Um, and so, you know, everybody knows about Cheney and how good he is. And he had some runs here and there, but they only had 27 yards in that half. And half of that came on that scramble by Van Dyke at the end for the touchdown. So were you expecting that? Did he catch you off guard? Were you expecting more runs? And
Uh
that contribute at all to him getting out to a big, besides the picks, obviously, but just the
yeah.
way he played.
No, I mean he's got a way better passing game than he gives himself credit for. I've watched his streams. I know he loves the scrambling guys, but when he gets I said it from day one. If he gets a quarterback that can throw, you're not going to play the same type of player. Like he can sling it and he enjoyed it, and that's what you're supposed to do, man. You got TVD. He's arguably the best thrower in this league, and he showed it. We I mean I expected more deep balls. Our fastest fucking corner apparently is 84 speed. I don't know what's going on in Stillwater. Everyone's just eating Whataburger or some shit. But so I expected deep throws, but we couldn't capitalize. He kept us guessing, and that was the hard thing. We couldn't jump any routes, and every time we tried to, we got juked out, and it was just one of those games.
So what are you feeding Sanders? Because his legs are like a tree. No, he gets hit. That's twice on that one drive. He got popped, and the defender bounced backwards and
Yeah.
didn't go down. I mean, he did get sacked in both plays because the second guy got him, but I've never seen an animation where the D tackle bounced backwards.
I mean, a lot of moonshine probably because his throws were shit. He couldn't lead any receiver, literally like any receiver. The first pick we had, I don't know why my icon didn't come out, so I tried to force it late, and I don't know why his safety's fucking fast. So he's probably just drunk or like on coke or something because he was being able to like hit anybody, but he couldn't fucking make a good throw.
Yeah,
So
it did look like a couple of balls there that were underthrown, or they just didn't have any zip on them. They were like floating out there, which gave him time to user over to the ball and either break it up or pick it off.
yeah,
It was kind of noticeable on a couple of those throws.
yeah, the man-to-man defense. I mean, it's tough, man. He presses and when he's in zone, and it's tough. Those motherfuckers are fast, and we got no speed. Our fastest player is 91 speed or 92 speed, but he's a running back. So yeah, other than that, I mean, our third fastest player is Spencer Sanders, so he's not gonna go out there and run routes. It's speed, man. They got athletes over there, and you can see it. You can see it on their side.
Let's bring in George here. George, you got any questions for Danny?
Absolutely. So GG's coach, not just today, but all season, wire to wire, you're absolutely, deserving to be a champion. Definitely the Big Ten and played through. Did you feel like you were having to earn everything today that you got?
Yeah, yeah. Everything that we had to pretty much do, like we got away with some gallo play, lucky plays. Sorry, that was a Spanish term.
Mm-hmm.
Some lucky plays. I mean, I don't know. Some of the plays they're just wild, but we just couldn't. Nobody could get separation. We couldn't really bust off run. We did okay with the run game. We just, I mean, I put them in a hole. I put them in a hole 28-7. So kind of got to get rid of the run game once you're down 21 points.
Yeah, it becomes really hard, and I know that goes against everything that you think of as far as your philosophical different or your philosophical offense, and then also what you tried to master on defense, which you did for most part of the season. Hey, let me ask you this: defensively, did it feel like you were able to crash on any of these plays? We saw you with 99 twice get your hands on the ball. Were there any other plays that I'm forgetting where your defender had both hands on the ball and should have come up with a pick, or was that pretty much it?
That was probably it. We couldn't stop. We really couldn't stop anything. The out routes, the drag routes, the some of the times tight ends were streaking open. He didn't see him, so thank God, because it would have been like 56-21 probably. Um, but yeah, we just couldn't do it. I don't know why. I couldn't pick my nickel defense or my dime defense, so I was kind of fucked there. So I just stayed in my 4-2-5, and that shit was getting shredded. So we can't run man to man. We couldn't run man to man because God bless, brother. We run man to man. They're butt naked out there, wide open. So
Your defense really slowed them down initially, and then again also in the second half. So I mean, there was a couple of those times where they were holding strong, but they definitely had their work cut out for them as Miami was able to just capitalize on their defensive plays. And let's get into that. So Spencer Sanders, short armed the ball a couple of times. Didn't seem to have the same explosiveness that he typically has during most games. So it kind of really puts you at a disadvantage there. Was there anything philosophically that you try to approach with the game plan that you didn't expect? Like was there something that he threw at you differently than what you've seen in the previous matchups?
no, I just didn't think I didn't think we couldn't win one route one on one. Like I felt like eventually we have to beat somebody. Like even our best players were just getting jammed the fuck up. Like we couldn't win. I don't think we broke away. I watched the VOD, but I don't think we broke away. Like I mean, like win one route. Period. If it wasn't a perfect throw, that bitch was locked. And it's just that's the athletes that they have in Miami, man. They're ballers, and Revamp uses that scheme perfectly, and it shows. So it's tough. You got fast defensive ends. You got really good DBs. You better fucking be perfect, or else it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, Chief doing dabs unfortunately made your life a little bit harder when Spencer Sanders did have the patience to look off the really tight man coverage and then try to settle down low or try to go out. And there's a couple other defenders there getting some sacks, just making it a little bit harder. And it just seemed to come at inopportune times, right? Timing of everything. It was just, when you started to get something going, something else would happen where something looked like it was going to break through. You didn't get broken out all the way into green pastures, so I just want to say, if there's anything else you guys say, but I just want to say, great job putting it down today, man. You played great, and I hope you come back in season 5. And I can't wait to find out what team you're going to be coaching. If it's this team or if it's another team, I can't wait to find out. To be honest with you, and thanks for helping us out so much in the league this year, not just with the sticks and making us all step our fucking game up from where we were in the seasons prior to you, but also behind the mic as well, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys, Vaughn. Thank you guys for calling it. Revamp, you're a beast. Yeah, I'll end it with this one. You kind of never know when you're gonna get to talk to your friends and stuff like that. So please make sure you guys reach out to your friends, your loved ones, tell them you love them, and hopefully everyone's families are doing great, man. But GG's Revamp, you're a fucking monster, brother. Love you.
All right, that's going to wrap up the NWO Championship tonight in the Rose Bowl. Miami Hurricanes knock off the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Again, just like George said, great game, guys. I had a lot of fun calling games all through the year this year. Thank you for letting me come back and call games for you guys. I really appreciate hanging out with you guys. George, always a pleasure to do games with you. Same thing, Danny. Love calling games with you as well. So stay tuned, they said on Twitter, for details for the next season.
Yeah, thanks,
And,
Vaughn. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys on the next one.
All right. Take care.